Hey guys, and welcome to the 8th episode of Sent Off Stories. This is the last episode we'll be doing currently. We're not sure where this could go or what happens after we complete this, but we'll just take it as it comes. We've got a pretty interesting episode today. We're going to go through what we've learnt doing the podcast, so a bit of behind the scenes. I think that'll be quite interesting. Just the Premier League table, just look at the results, how things have been going. We're 9 games in now. Look at the Champions League. We've had the next set of games played this morning. Not when you've watched this, but last week's games. And then we're going to talk a bit about Sir Bobby Charlton and him passing away. And then just a little bit of general news. We've got a few things to chat about at the bottom. But first, we'd like to do a moment's silence for Sir Bobby. All right, we'll come back to him in a little bit. But
we thought it was necessary because
I think it is necessary.
Big
we don't
player.
have a wreath. We're not like Manchester United. We don't have Ten Hag walking into the studio in a second with a big flower wreath. But
no,
we just wanted to acknowledge it, I think, and a moment's silence was the way to go. Probably not a minute on a podcast.
Yeah, probably not the best platform.
We were
to do
discussing
that on,
beforehand, but yeah. So, do you want to get us started on this, Ollie?
Yeah. So I think, we'll kick us off with what we've kind of learnt over the course of this year, because it has been a year-long thing. Get a grip. It's been a year-long thing that we've actually been planning this, really, or actually more than that. But this year we really took the reins on planning the podcast in our first, what was it?
It was our
first semester.
Yeah, we
year.
had a class set up for it. So we did, that was CST, no? So we did creative special topic where you learn something and you go through the like the whole class is learning how to pick up a skill pretty much.
Yeah.
And we did podcast planning, which was cool.
It was good, because it gave us a lot of time to actually prepare like what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it and stuff like that.
How we wanted it to look as well and like the feel of it just completely. It was good.
So I've got a few notes down here, but I think it has been a really good experience for us to be able to do this together. And being football fans, I think it's podcasting is becoming more and more popular going in, this year. So like you pretty much see people doing podcasting all the time now.
Yeah. It's really cool. I think we've like obviously got more comfortable filming through the episodes. Like if you look at episode 1, it'll be completely different to the last couple. And I think that's one of the cooler parts about it is that we've got super comfortable just chatting like we normally would. Like obviously a little bit different with the style and the way we're speaking and that sort of thing, but we're doing a podcast. We kind of have to.
Exactly. But I put down here as well, like it's been really cool seeing it being brought to life and like the progression from the first one, like Ethan just said, like it has definitely been a rewarding experience.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I think, I've put down here as well, big shout out to editor Lockie. He's had a big part in this and doing all the editing for us week in, week out. And I think, hopefully you guys over the 8 weeks of our podcast, you can see the difference in editing style and, the additions that Lockie's put in for us.
Yeah, letting him play around with it a little bit.
But I think all in all, it's been a really cool thing to be able to do while we're studying.
Yeah, like
and
the fact this is one of our classes.
Yeah,
we're just doing a football podcast. Like, how cool is that?
It is pretty cool.
Shall we jump into the Premier League stuff?
Yep.
So
let's do it.
Let's get FootMob up. We're not sponsored. I'd love to be sponsored. Honestly, though, like FootMob is the best place to be getting your football. Like SofaScore's got a little bit more in-depth stuff, but FootMob is so accessible. It's
so good.
Easy to read. It's clean. It's just quality.
Yeah. So what? Prem table? I think there's one big thing we need to point out straight away.
Yeah, Spurs at the top.
Yeah.
And they've been good. They've been so good.
I've been so impressed. I think we've talked about this in other weeks, but Madison coming in as well as Ange
Yeah.
transformed their team. And I honestly think a big part is Kane leaving. I think it's like done something to Son because Kane's gone. I don't know. I think it's a whole...
No, that's a shout. I think a lot of it is that they've actually got like a really good culture now, and like they're with each other as a team. There's no just like BS or anything. It's all like they play as one, and Ange has done that. Like he's such a good manager. He's an unbelievable manager.
Seeing clips of him online, bro, like some of the stuff he talks about, and just how not nonchalant,
Down
but
to
like,
earth.
yeah, he's so
Yeah.
down to earth and respectful. Something about him being Aussie,
Oh, it's good.
like being from Aussie.
Like people rip it out because it's like, oh, all we see is him saying mate and all of this, and it's like, yeah, I can see that. It's a bit much sometimes, but like, how cool is it?
yeah.
Like it just is so cool.
It's kind of a breath of fresh air in the
Breath of
Premier.
fresh air.
Breath of air.
Press there.
But yeah,
100%. And then the top four is looking pretty standard. City, Arsenal, Liverpool, United floating down at 8th, Chelsea in 10th.
but
Me and
yeah,
Kyle looking good this year.
honestly, like it would be a fairly normal table for the last few years if Tottenham was about 9th. Because
Yeah.
City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa is actually doing really well. 5th.
Yeah, Villa
They've
have
had some
been
great scores.
so good, man.
Yeah,
They were they like just completely dismantled West Ham, like
yeah,
tore them
Yeah.
apart. Newcastle just have been good as well, and like no one wants to go to their stadium and play them. Like
yeah.
the atmosphere that's created there is just, it's crazy. Like
It is mad, eh?
some of the top in Europe, I'd say. Like that PSG game, they were celebrating tackles. Like
Man, yeah.
it was just so cool to see.
I think it's just because all the fans are now like realizing they're seeing the progression after so
Yeah.
many years, and they're like, man, we got to get behind them.
Yeah, 100%. Like they were behind them when they were bad too. So it's like
Yeah,
they must be loving it. Brighton have had a strange little run of form at the moment. They lost 6-1 to Villa. That's crazy, by the way.
That was interesting.
And then drew 2-2 with Liverpool, and then lost to City. So
yeah,
you can't do much. Those are pretty hard teams to play. But the 6-1's interesting.
still sitting at 7th though.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not doing too badly.
Yeah, sniffing around the European spots. United have been bad. We were back-to-back
You're
wins,
getting
but, like,
back to form, I reckon.
not this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the derby is not going to be good. Like, up the boys, but
I can't wait for the derby, man. I reckon.
it's at such a bad time, you know? Like, 4:30 on a Monday morning is crook.
It stinks, eh? Like, all the time zone differences because we're in New Zealand makes it so hard to watch the big games. And it's like, I mean, yeah, you can just watch them and be tired, but
The Monday ones are the worst. Like, they are so bad.
Monday morning at 4:30, like,
Yeah, I don't mind a Sunday. Like, I do like a Sunday night.
yeah,
Like, it'd be, Sunday morning. Like, the 3 a.m.s you can get behind. The 1 a.m.s are good. The odd 11:30 is just...
oh, the 11:30.
The 11:30s, I've got a special place in my heart for the 11:30s, I reckon. Like, when it's a nice day, it's sunny, like the pitch is looking quality, and they're playing in the sun, it is just a good watch, I reckon. And I reckon it's even better at little stadiums like Fulham's, where it's just like a real boxed in, it looks like a day out. Like, it just looks like a day out. I reckon watching from home, it's quite good.
Yeah. And I mean, you can just be parked up in bed.
Yeah, bro.
Just
Parked
enjoying
up in bed, bright screen. I'm good for it. We'll go down to the bottom of the table.
Yeah. I'm not too surprised.
No. I think Bournemouth will pull out of there. Luton have been better than I thought they would.
They have actually. I mean, they're barely scraping relegation by 1 point, but
But we're only 9 games in. Like,
yeah.
I think they'll pretty quickly, if they do stay in this form, they'll just pick up these odd things. Whereas, like, Sheffield haven't won a game. They've drawn once.
Sheffield, man, I remember like 2-3 seasons ago, they were like a solid mid-table team.
Bro, that was crazy. That one run they had when they first came up.
Yeah.
And they were sniffing around the European spots. Like, they were good.
I know,
They
bro,
were really well set up. I remember they had that system where the centre backs played inverted. Like, pretty cool footy and like just interesting as. And now they went back down and then have obviously come back up and they've conceded 17 goals in 9 games.
I think their team has just lost their form, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember when it was.
They've conceded 24 goals in 9 games. They've scored 7, to be fair to them.
I don't know if you can say to be fair with that. Negative 17 goal
It's not the
difference.
lowest in the league. Bournemouth have 6.
That's crazy. Random story. I don't know why I want to say this, but like 3 years ago, I was seeing an osteopath because my back was,
What is that?
It's like a chiropractor.
Oh, okay.
It's very similar, but there was an English Donny who I used to go and see, and he was a Sheffield United fan.
Oh man,
he was such a sound guy. But that was the season when they came into the Prem, and I remember at one point they were up at like 6th spot, and this was like a few games in.
Bro. They were like sniffing around 6 for a while.
Oh yeah,
like a while.
And I think they finished around 10th, which is an unreal season.
Yeah, 100%. He must have been chuffed.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, I reckon that. Just random story. I love 11:30 kickoff. I reckon we can agree that bottom 5 will probably be the bottom 5.
Yeah, probably.
Not in order, and I think Everton might slip out of there. I think they got a good chance of slipping out of there, but I think Luton will be fighting a lot of the season, and so will these other 3. Like
Nottingham, I don't know about. I feel like they've actually got a decent
Nottingham
team.
Nottingham are decent, bro.
Their form in the last 5 has not been good.
It hasn't been good, but like when you look at their fixtures, they've played Brentford, they've played Palace, they've played Luton. They probably should have taken points from one of those, but apologies.
My bad.
That is horrendous. We might need a minute's silence.
Should we quickly move on?
Shall we move on to the Champions League? Yeah, here we go. Oh, no. What's my name?
See, I should have had my Bluetooth plugged in to play the tune.
All 3 seconds of it so we don't get copyrighted. Copyright striked with our 10 viewers.
If that.
Group A, the group of death in my eyes. It shouldn't, man. The way we've been playing. Bayern are going to go through. I think they'll win every game.
Probably.
I'm praying we draw with them at home. Like, at OT, I think we could snatch something.
Yeah, I reckon.
I really think we could snatch something.
I don't think Galatasaray are going to pick up many more.
They were good when we played them at home. We got to go there and play them now.
Yeah.
It's scary, bro. Like, if we beat them, we've got Copenhagen next again, and that's away. We should beat them. Like, we need to beat them.
Yeah.
And I expect us to.
So you play each team twice, yeah?
Yeah. I expect us to beat them. And then if we beat Galatasaray away, I think that'll get us through. Yeah, it should do.
It should do, yeah. So that's the big game for you.
We need to just beat the games. We need to win the games we should be winning.
I mean, yeah, so, you should be beating them.
And I just bought a Road to the Knockout Bruno on EAFC this morning. So I'd like to formally announce his arrival to my squad.
How much was he?
535k.
How did you afford that?
Bro, I had Yao Pedro. I had
Oh, was he tradable?
Yeah, Road to the Knockout Yao Pedro. I packed him when he was like 280 and he rose to, I think I sold him for 395.
That's nuts.
Yeah, bro. Good little investment that I did heaps for.
Yo. Group B.
I heard Arsenal won this morning against Sevilla. Jesus scored, but he got injured.
Did he?
Yeah.
He bagged a goal and an assist, and then I don't know he came off or if he came off, but
hammy. Ooh.
That's rough.
It might be rough. That might be rough for them.
My boy.
That's an interesting group. I can't lie. Like,
yeah.
There's some games in there. I think that'll be a fun one to jump into when it's like late in qualifiers and we've got like the last group games.
I mean, at the moment, Do you pronounce it Lens? I don't even know.
Is it Lens or
Lens?
Lens?
But they're doing really well.
Lens?
Nice, yeah.
Sure.
I'm surprised Sevilla isn't second.
Well, they're just waiting to go down to the Europa League, aren't they? Like, they just are. Go down to the Europa League, win it again.
Yeah, probably.
Qualify for the Champions League, go out in the group stages again. Like,
I feel like that group is... It's actually a solid group, though.
Yeah.
And PSV's a decent
PSV
team
have
as
been
well.
good, bro. They have been good this season too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Group C, Madrid's being Madrid and Napoli.
It's about right.
Yeah. And
the moment.
who they lost to? They lost to Madrid. So
Yeah.
I think this will be how it ends up. I wish
Probably.
Union Berlin were doing better, bro. Like, they were so good in the Bundesliga last season. Like, obviously they led the league for a while.
Yeah.
But it's disappointing they can't use their actual stadium for the Champions League because it's too small.
Really?
The UEFA restrictions don't allow them to use it, which is
That sucks.
Yeah, I watched a video on it, and they're playing in like another stadium. I think it's another clubs or something like that. It's big enough, but it's just not right. Like, it isn't their stadium,
Because you don't have the home support, really.
They've got the home support because people. I think it's close enough for them to still get all their fans there, so it's still
Right.
like a home support, but it's not home. Like,
yeah, exactly.
it's not right, and I think that might be playing a little bit into what's gone wrong for them. But they've only lost these games narrowly, like 1-0 Madrid, 3-2 Braga, 1-0 Napoli. It's rough,
it's rough.
bro. It is rough.
I think, like you said, though, that table's going to stay the same.
Yeah, I think it
Probably.
will. I think after they've lost the first three, they're not really in a position to pack it around.
Yeah.
Sociedad into Salzburg, Benfica.
Another decent pool there.
Yeah, I think that one. I'm surprised Inter aren't topping it, but they're equal on points. Just
They probably will
losing
end
on
up
goal
winning.
difference. I think they will top it.
Benfica, by the way, I would expect them at least to be third.
Yeah, I feel like they should be doing better than Salzburg. They have some good footballers. Like,
Yeah.
they do have some good footballers. We'll quickly move along.
Yeah.
There's not much going on here. So we got Atletico Madrid, Lazio, Feyenoord, and Celtic.
I think it's probably going to stay the same.
Yeah, it's going to end up like that. Like, Celtic, they've lost the first two. Who are they playing tomorrow? Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, they're going to lose.
Moving swiftly along. This is the group of death.
Yeah.
This is the group of death. Other than Group A, this is a close second.
I think this is the biggest one.
Group A is the biggest, bro. Bayern, United, Copenhagen, Galatasaray.
This one, bro, is the biggest one.
So we got Newcastle United. We got PSG. We got AC Milan. And we got Borussia Dortmund. Like,
What a group.
what more can you ask for? That's disgusting.
Team from each of the biggest leagues. Or except for what?
Bundesliga.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Dortmund.
La Liga.
True.
Yeah. That's crazy. I think Newcastle will come second. Oh, no, bro.
I don't actually know who to predict for this because they've still got 4 games to play.
Yeah, true.
And at the moment, it's 4-3-2-1.
I'm so
in
excited
points.
to see how this group comes out. I was going to say there's a big game on tomorrow. These are all big games.
Yeah.
PSG Milan will be so good. And then Newcastle Dortmund will be cool. I hope Newcastle at home. They are, I think.
Are they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are.
I think Dortmund's not going to go through.
Nah.
Even though they're not bad.
I don't think they'll go into Europa either. I have a feeling they'll finish 4th. I don't think they can hack it, unfortunately. But these other sides, I think they're the 3. I think.
I really want Newcastle to go through.
Yeah, bro.
I think it's probably going to be PSG Newcastle.
Yeah, I see it. But Newcastle dismantled PSG at home, bro.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I think this one's just hard to predict, to be honest.
Part of me's wanting it to be Newcastle Milan.
Yeah, 100%.
If PSG went out in the groups,
if they went into the Europa League, bro,
man,
it'd be so funny.
Group G, my boys are topping it. No surprise, really. We always get Leipzig. every time. I swear we get Leipzig every time, and Young Boys. I think it's the second year in a row, maybe. But
why are you laughing about that, bro?
Oh, because
as a City fan, I'm not surprised you like them. But
shut up.
And then our Wi-Fi code, and coming in fourth.
Yeah. I'm
going to give it a go.
Okay, go on.
Just for the sake of the podcast. That was disrespectful. I'd like to formally apologize to FK Shavina Zvizava. Let me go again. I'd like to formally apologize to FK Shavina Zvezda.
Well done, Ethan.
Thank you, buddy. They're going out. They're not ever playing a game of Champions League football again in the year of 2023.
I don't know how they've made it, but who knows?
No. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. I'd like to formally apologize to Red Star Belgrade. That's who it is.
What? Really?
I'm pretty sure this is Red Star Belgrade, who are like, surely you've heard of them.
I've heard of them, but...
Yeah, it is. Okay, it is. Okay, I didn't look at that properly. We're just ripping the piss out of them.
Okay. Well,
yeah, obviously, like, they're historic. They've won heaps of Champions Leagues in their history. Like, actually have. I'm dead ass.
When did they change the name, though?
I think this is their Serbian name. Futbolski Klub Crvena Zvezda, commonly referred to as Crvena Zvezda, or simply Zvezda, and as Red Star Belgrade in Anglophone media. These lot have a lot of Champions Leagues, man. Titles. Is it a lot?
Heaps of results.
Won it once. I am desperately looking.
Well, anyway, in the meantime, this group is going to stay the same. I don't think anything's going to change unless they end up beating Young Boys. But City and Leipzig will be the two to go through. As Ethan finds that, we'll move to Group H. Barcelona, Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk. I've probably butchered that as well. And
Royal Antwerp. Barcelona have got to run. Like,
yeah,
they got to take all. They haven't conceded a goal and they've scored 6.
I think, yeah. And Porto's going to get second. They're not bad either.
And they've got Shakhtar tomorrow, so
yeah,
it's not looking good.
And they've only played 2 games as well, so I can imagine Barcelona is going to finish on 18 points.
I'm still looking. I think I've almost found it. Okay, they don't have a lot, but they've won 4 international trophies. They've won 4 internationals. No, they've won the Mitropa Cup in 1958 and 1967, which is...
Class.
Don't know. It was conducted among the successor states of the former Austria-Hungary. Okay.
Yarn.
They won the Intercontinental Cup, which is the European/South American Cup. Interesting. Oh, that's the one where the best team in South America plays the best team in Europe, like the winners of each Champions League. Yeah. And they won the Champions League in 91.
So they've won it once.
Yeah, I thought they'd won it a few times. I must have got them mixed up with someone else. Waffling. But I do feel bad for taking the mickey out of them. I would like to formally apologise again.
Let's move on because we've actually been waffling for a while.
Yeah, we have been talking some nonsense. I want one last thing. I want to see if they had any like mental like legends of football that I would know in that squad that won the Champions League, obviously. Oh, I know heaps of these people. Go on, Ollie. What did we have next on the agenda?
Well, this is probably a section that you should probably lead for the Sir Bobby.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think, yeah, that's a pretty big news in football.
Yeah, it's
this week.
Mental. It's really sad, and like, there's not much more to say on it than it's just really sad news.
Yeah.
But Yeah, he passed away this last week at the age of 86. So he had a good run.
Yeah.
He had a good run.
I mean, that's a decent age.
He was regarded as one of the greatest players ever, arguably the greatest British player ever. He's got a good birthday. Like, he's got a
I've
good
heard this
birthday.
about 4 times before filming this.
It's not on the record, though. It's not on the record. His birthday is the 11th of October, my birthday. Thank you. Moving swiftly on.
Thank you.
He was born in 1937, not my birthday.
Really?
Funny that. And he passed on the 21st of October, 2023.
Yeah.
So Bobby won the Ballon d'Or in 1966, and I believe he was runners-up for it twice. That was in the same year he won the World Cup with England, and his brother was in the same side, I think.
It kind of makes sense that he won it then if he had a cracking tournament.
Yeah.
So good on him.
And I think this is so cool. You didn't believe it. He was only cautioned twice in his career.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's something I was
that
like,
is
what?
mental. Against
Twice.
Argentina in the World Cup and in a league match against Chelsea. And if you're playing Chelsea, you want to kick them. So he'll take it.
That is actually crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Because I don't know how long he was playing for, but
Yeah.
2 cautions.
How long did his career last? He played around 650 games of football.
Yeah, that's nuts.
He played 606 games for United and scored 199 goals. One off the 200.
Does he have a trophy or anything, or like a statue?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got a statue outside the stadium.
Okay, I was gonna say
I'm pretty sure.
he must, bro.
Yeah, like this guy is a. Yeah, he does.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm not surprised.
Deserved. This is also mental. He was resilient. Like at the end of the day, was just resilient. He survived the Munich air disaster at just 20 years old, which is
That's nuts.
like becoming a professional footballer, going through all of that, going through the academy and everything, and then die, like watching friends and people he's grown up with die in a plane crash.
Yeah.
And then playing football again a few months later and being a top footballer. And like, I've got it down here in this day and age, like PTSD wasn't something that was spoken about, or I doubt it was even a thing at points. And like, so Bobby carried a lot of trauma clearly, and it was just all alone, and he still became one of the greatest footballers ever.
Yeah, you have to hold him like with a lot of respect, eh?
Yeah.
Something like that at 20. It's literally like our
It would
age.
affect you unbelievably.
Yeah.
Like, it would do ridiculous things to you. We just wanted to not close it out. We wanted to, I think, just touch on it properly. Like, we did the moments silence at the start of the episode and touched on it then, but I think we needed to chat about who he was.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I didn't get to watch him play, but
Legend.
yeah, heard he was unbelievable. And then we've got a little bit of general news, just a little bit of nonsense to throw in here, to be honest. Close it out with some nonsense, like we haven't been doing it for the past 8 episodes anyway.
No, well, what's any more? Doesn't matter.
Leon and Ajax are both awful. Shocking.
Ajax,
Yeah,
man.
it's
I've been
crazy,
seeing so
bro.
much
They
from them.
suck. Leon have played 9 games. Yeah, 9 games. 3 draws and 6 losses. And they're playing Marseille next, who are 8th.
That's actually crazy for
It's
Leon.
jokes, bro. It is mental.
They've
They're
always
bottom
been
of
like
the table.
What, top 4?
Yeah, like
Usually.
top 4, like around 6th if they're not there.
Man.
And then Ajax are 17th out of 18 in the Eredivisie.
I don't know when. I think I saw some stuff on Twitter yesterday saying that it was only this season they moved to 18 teams because they used to have 20.
Don't
Or
know.
something
I
like
don't know
that.
about that. I feel like they've had 18 for a while.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. They suck though.
Yeah. Man, unreal. To think about like, when was it? Maybe 2018 when they had that unreal Champions League run.
Yeah, with Baldy.
To now.
They stank.
The drop off.
Their manager, Maurice Stein, was sacked in the last week. Later, G.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure who they're going to get in. I know they wanted Ten Hag's assistant to go, and he rejected it. I would.
Yeah.
Like, United's a mess, but we're not 17th. And then one last thing. This is an odd way to end our podcast for
who knows how long.
Yeah, but no, we spoke about it last week. Tonali's got discussions for a 10-month ban now. He's looking like he's going to pretty much serve a season off football.
10 months is like, I feel like is probably fair.
He's escaped lucky, I think.
Yeah,
I think
there's been a lot of bans that have been a lot longer.
Yeah, bro. It's interesting. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with it and what his lawyers do, because that'll be a big thing to go through.
Yeah.
I think that's us. I think that's us for the whole thing.
It's strange to say it's the last one, because I would really like to keep filming, kind of intermittently when we had time after our degree.
Yeah, it would be cool if we could do if we got a home setup or something like that, like something small.
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't need a crazy setup for it.
No.
And then just do like monthly episodes or something like that and just do like a catch up. I think it would be quite funny.
I mean, to be fair, like for you 8 people who consistently watch, it's going to be for you if we keep going.
Yeah.
So
thank you,
respect
Kurt.
us. Kurt, Marty, Ethan's dad, Bob.
Yeah, good yarns from Bob. No more absinthe from Bob.
I think we should probably close it and just say thank you.
Thank you guys for watching.
Regardless of how many people do watch, it's been great.
Yeah,
really.
Like apologies on the socials as well. We haven't gone hard on that, but I think it's hard when we're trying to produce a podcast and like actually come and film it, get content every week, like do all of it.
And we've got a lot of other stuff as well.
Oh my God, we've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that's us.
Appreciate all the support though.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and we might see you again.
Yeah.